Negus.
Negus. What is the language of origin?
Ethiopian to Amharic.
What is the definition?
A king. It's used as a title of the sovereign of Ethiopia. Negus.
Negus. Negus. Negus.
Hustle Hotep, what's going on, brother?
Well, you know, ain't nothing changed but the oppressors.
Not many rugged people, period. Less than 1%, bro. Less than 1%.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So, and out of that less than 1%, is less than 1% of black. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, holla at me. Like I said, don't get it twisted because I don't got the interview voice. I'll run laps around you.
Deacon clearly ain't got no filter, and and the bishop he working on it, but you know God ain't finished with me yet either. So welcome to the church.
Welcome to the church. Not everyone needs to believe in your dreams, but you do.
We want to encourage you if you got a dream or an idea, bet on yourself.
And supporting is like, sharing, and reviewing, but supporting is also sending that money in.
Pimping, positively influencing my people in negotiating growth.
Yo, bro, you was reading books for pizza, son. You on a different level of poor, yeah.
I do. This is almost like free consulting. Hit that Cash App because we giving y'all a free game away on here.
Hey, yo, bro, y'all ain't never did nothing, yo. Y'all ain't never been the best at your local YMCA. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even imagine the immense pressure that it is just to stay on top.
Look, y'all. Welcome to the church. The good deacon and the bishop. We doing it ourselves, and we want to encourage you. Look here. Think again. Start asking the right questions to grow and help other people grow.
Being looking like 2 Chainz. So let's get to the Jesse of the week.
Put it up, brother. I don't even think I need to say much. Just put it up. Y'all see that headline? Our Jesse of the week is Trick Daddy, who defends eating booties. And that's who you got rolling your blunt and passing it to you.
Oh, you gonna learn to laugh today. You getting that medicine with that candy right now.
That's our show, y'all.
Yeah.
It's about love.
If they ain't about truth, you might have to check them. Ninjas gon' nig if you let them. If they boys in blue, then you might have to read them. Ninjas gon' nig if you let them.
Welcome to the church.
Pull me up, Gladys. You can hear me. Microphone check 1 2.
You good. The producer is here. Welcome to the church, y'all. Pimpin' Negus.
Oh, I got my allegedly shirt, and I had that because of the question mark. You got the merch.
We got merch. We entrepreneurs and much more over here. Welcome to Pimpin' Negus, where we positively influencing my people in negotiating growth. You got the good Bingham Hustle Hotep. And my God, he said I could be Eddie Kane today. I get to be Gladys Knight, y'all. I'm excited.
I'm the deacon, Bethune, aka Detravius, aka Trave. I ain't gonna give you no other AKAs. It all depends on when and where you met me at. But we here on a Saturday. We missed last week. Glad for y'all to join in and tune in. People that's gonna watch this on the rewatch. People that's gonna watch it live. So what's this show about, brother?
Man, Pimpin' Negus. We are a comedy entertainment show, and we deliver it unfiltered, unapologetic opinions on life, business, love, finances, current culture. So we got a good one today, but we trying to balance the righteous and the ratchet. And if you don't know who or what a Negus is, look it up. And then we just ask, please pray for us. Welcome to the church. We grown.
Oh, let me give him my. I haven't given my disclaimer in a couple of shows.
Oh, boy.
If you see us on the streets, please do not use the GA or the GER. I ain't gonna do nothing to you. I'm all about peace. I don't know what the good bishop gonna do to you, but it's Negus, Negus. Go ahead, shit, brother. What we got on the show? We got a full slate. What you
We
got?
got a good one. We're gonna start with a question. You know, you always throwing me curveballs.
Yeah.
But this ain't really no curveball because you like Houston in the World Series. You know the signal that's coming.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about of course, we're gonna talk about the big thing with Kyrie, but what's our reason for using social media? Because that tie in to what we've been talking
Before
about.
we get into that, my bad, bro. Before we get into that, let's pop our shirts, man. We're on episode 67.
67.
And I told you, so last week I think I misnumbered the episode or two shows. The boy show he was like, yo, you messing us up. We on episode whatever it was, 65. You just subtracting our shows. Don't be subtracting from our work. And I was like, you sure? And then you right. We on episode 67. So that is to be congratulated. Thank you, brother, for riding with me on this ride, riding with us, because it becomes us at this time. And thank the people for riding with us. So we 67 episodes in, which is 67 Saturdays.
It's a lot of time and commitment. Hopefully the people who have been on our growth journey has seen we're progressing. We remember we done had books falling down, green screens. We can't get the videos right. Hopefully the good Lord be with us and not too many planes fly over on my Cricket Wireless internet. That's an inside joke. Y'all go back and check it out.
Check it out.
Yeah. But the question on the table.
Yeah.
What's the reason for using social media?
So I think it depends on when I'm using it.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, I use it for I ain't gonna even lie. For the most part, I use it to consume content. I try to balance the content, my consumption with my creation, and I also try. I don't try. I also use it for business too. What you use it for?
Before we go there, you always this your chance to get a disclaimer about how much time you spend on the internet, how we growing and our discipline and all of that stuff. So this your line right there. Go ahead and put that out there in the beginning for the folks.
What line? What line?
About your limits on your internet and how we trying to grow and all of that.
I got it on my phone. I just cut my phone off because I didn't want no distraction. So what I do on Android is called well-being. So I limit my Facebook, not YouTube. I don't limit YouTube because I don't really go crazy on YouTube. Facebook, Instagram to 30 minutes per day. Some days I'm not saying I'm 100% successful at it every day. Like this week, I was actually on it more than 30 minutes on Facebook per day. Well, not per day, but a couple of days within there. But some days I don't even hit 30 minutes. Most days I don't even hit 30 minutes. And nowadays, so the reason I did is because I was spending way too much time. It was I wasn't being productive, wasn't hit the numbers for Pimpin' Negus, their law firm, or whatever else I going on. I was like, yo, what is dragging my time? What is taking up my time? And it was social media. A lot of it was social media. I was like, you know what? I'm not smart enough to beat the algorithm, and I'm not smart enough to beat billions of dollars, probably collectively in research and development to keep us on these devices. So I was like, you know what? Let me just put that timer on it. And like I said, I'm not successful with it every time, but I'm gonna say I got to be batting at least 95% at this point, though.
That's real. I appreciate that. Our girl may be able to mix that and everything.
You can't give them the backdoor secrets of pause.
Pause. Yes, pause. That's real, and it could be an addiction. We done talked about this on the show. Trey was waiting on Mario Rabbits. I got the video now. He don't want me to show it. This joker ran outside in his pajamas, literally like Pookie. He was like this, staring around. It was an unknown car there. He ran to the the mailbox, checked it, and we had a running joke like, Trey, hey man, that game, it had you acting goofy, bro.
What game is it? What game is it?
Super Mario Rabbids. It's this little strategy game. I play it with them. You know, when I get finished with this, I'm gonna play it with them.
What thing is it on?
It's the Switch.
Switch. I don't have it.
Yeah, it's Nintendo. For me now, because we ain't dodging the questions. We got a lot to talk about. What you say? We like the mix, the medicine with the candy.
Yeah, the medicine with the candy. Yep.
Today gonna be a heavy dose of NyQuil. I use social media, man. I had to think about that question. I said what you said was real because it is, man, and that's a good acknowledgement. I ain't smart enough to beat the algorithms. They know what I like, and it's just like temptation.
So hold on. For the inside people, the people that know, they will run laps around you. If you don't get that, you got to go back and get that joke. But go ahead,
it's some serious stuff, but they ain't really gave us no medicine for it. So similar to you, I try to see, and you said this. Shout out, give some roses to my brother. We all get the same 24. And what is taking up your 24 that's not helping you be productive? And so I say my answer is, since we've been doing this, I've recently come to this conclusion and this growth. Let me put our getting rid of old ways that hurt. There you go. Getting rid of old ways that hurt. I recently said this. Look, I figured out my purpose for social media. It's to positively influence my people. That's otherwise, and now we finna go into some other stuff. We're gonna talk about Kyrie today. All of this came as a result of his social media platform, right? That we agree there. Yeah. People, we could all agree. So let me share this. Let me add this to our stream. One thing I learned at Microsoft, and they put a book out there, Tools and Weapons. I used to go and talk about this. This was a part of the curriculum that we set up at Howard Law for our tech law policy class, because it shows you how technology could either be a tool or a weapon. And I think in this case, we see Kyrie was trying to use it as a tool, and other people saw it as a weapon. And so there's been consequences. For those people that don't know what happened, we're going to get into that. Yeah, but I said, go ahead.
I'm about to say, if you don't know what happened, I don't know what rock you've been on that. Like they
they might have been having better discipline than us.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. It's been on ESPN and everything. It's been on TV news and everything. So I also use my main focus. You know how I really got on social media initially like that was I was doing the medicine with the candy thing, and the likes and shares. And remember, I used to have like posts with like thousands of comments, or hundreds, at least hundreds. I ain't gonna say thousands. I think I had a couple hundred thousand, and I just got addicted to that feedback. But most of it was initially was really just giving the medicine with the candy. That's still kind of primary what I do with it. Like everything has a joke, but not everything. But there's a point to what I'm saying, right? So it's provocative, as we like to say. It's provocative, but it has a point. Like whether you disagree, agree, or whatever, I want you to laugh, or also be like, "Oh, I never thought about it like that. Oh, that's interesting. Let me click on that." But it's interesting you share this book. Ironically or not, I do my in-person like high school class session lecture, and I didn't know you was gonna share that book obviously today. And I was telling them about how this can be.
That's the first link that I sent you for our show notes.
No. I said I didn't know you was gonna share that book this week. I would have told him to read it, because this week I had a show last week. So I told him like this right here could be your best friend or it could be your enemy. And I was telling him we all got the same 24. And I posted something on social media about the top sites that people are visiting. I don't know if you've seen that. And like or in the top
I saw it, Jesse. We're gonna talk about it.
The top Google searches, and I was telling them we all got the same 24. Either you can use this, and I'm not saying don't use it for this, but you can use this just be on Pornhub all day, or you can be trying to learn something. Like everything that you need to learn is on Google. And everybody, but I save the content. Nobody's on Pornhub, but is in top 10 of websites visited. Jesse's out here lying, but go ahead.
That's an appropriate transition. I'm gonna pause before we get into this.
Okay. The audio, bro. I can't hear it.
You couldn't hear it?
Nah, we couldn't hear it.
Well, you sure it ain't your Cricket Wireless?
Nah, I don't think
it was. It was our intro. I think this is white folks right here, but it could be Negroes. It could be Negroes.
Now I think you got to put it on the screen for it to go up. I think that's how the audio works. But
all right, let's do that. See, we growth, y'all.
Can't hear it yet. So, nah, it's on yet, and you got the Cricket Wireless show. Put the volume up, bro.
It's loud. We ain't gonna worry about it. We could if maybe look. Can y'all hear it, audience? Oh, she say she can't hear it either. I don't know why, bro.
That's that cricket wireless you got, bro.
Oh, you know what? Remove from studio. Let's do this. All right, we gonna try this thing again, but y'all can see it.
Try one more time, and that's it, Joe. Nope, can't hear it.
You still can't hear it?
This Jesse fired, yo.
You still can't hear it?
No, yo, you can't produce no more, yo.
Yo, look, I don't know what it is, but y'all, for those who've been with us, it's our Jesse of the week type of intro or whatever, and it could be who is that? Dr. Umar Johnson?
Yeah, I think that's him.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So we've been saving this content. Jesus is the name of the show. I told him, I said, let me beat Eddie Kane. Please let me beat Eddie Kane. Because you had a lot to say on these internet streets about Kyrie, religion, and freedom of speech. And I was trying to stay out of this mess because we done talked about all of the crap that we got going on, you and I together, just trying to maintain and be men and all of this good stuff and run our families. But this Jesse right here, my good brother, in one of your posts, here it is.
Oh boy, here we go. Go ahead.
In one of your posts, and you know me because we do this show, you basically pulled the Kyrie on me. You were giving your review or whatever about arguments in the scripture and all of this stuff, and but you use my profile, my business profile. I'm like, bruh, what did you do?
No. Correction. Go scroll all the way up.
Go up. Yep.
Scroll up. Scroll up. Okay. It's on my page, right? So I posted on my page. Now scroll down.
Yep.
And what ended up happening was I ended up posting a comment with your name by mistake. And then I immediately corrected it. And you came on later talking about why you do that. It was already corrected that. You don't came on. I was like, nah. Yeah. I said Bingham loves Jesus. I said Bingham loves Jesus because my comment was something about whatever. I don't even remember what it was. I said, nah, let me get it straight. That was me. I
reached out to you, didn't I? I'm like, bruh, man, this is something basically anti-Jesus opposed to
not anti-Jesus, bro. It's called Jesus Interrupted. It is revealing the hidden contradictions in the Bible. It is not
why we don't know about them.
Did you read the book?
I did not.
You are like Kyrie right now. You did not read the book and comment, right?
Oh no, I'm commenting on my name. You use my name associated with that. I'm trying to stay out of it. So I'm like, okay, I'm justified to talk about this. I'm gonna jump in this Kyrie thing because I understand or whatever. But we also had the death of Takeoff this week.
Oh yeah.
Which was a tragic thing.
We didn't even have that in the show notes, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, but this is, I think it all ties because for me, it was like, that should remind us about the importance of our associations. Everything I heard about Takeoff, they said he was the most humble. He wasn't even talking no junk. He was the quietest, most respectful person in the room. I didn't know him and Quavo was his uncle. So you got your uncle in a dice game, you talking junk, uncle, and your nephew get popped. You got to sit with that. The associations around you, and from what I've seen on the internet, and you could tell me what you seen, it sounded like it was friendly fire. In the words of Nas, an accident murderer.
Yeah. That's what I heard. I don't know what the facts that come out that has come out since then, that whether they put any clarity on that, but that's the initial reports that I heard that was friendly fire. Now it's a sad situation, man, for multiple reasons. Like one is the very the loss of life, right? Violently, you know what I'm saying? It's tragic, and it happens so often that we kind of numb to it in a little bit. I'm not numb to it, but a lot of people are. And I wasn't like the hugest fan of the Migos, but I liked them. Like I couldn't tell you like who was who until this happened. I won't be able to be like, yo, that's Quavo, that's Takeoff, and the other one's Offset. I want to know them by face or name per se. But it's just sad, man. He was a young man, and by all accounts, like you said, he was like the coolest one quiet. He didn't start no trouble. He was just like the one that was in the group. Like he was like the quiet one. Apparently, he was the best one too. I don't know. I don't listen enough to.
That's what I'm hearing. I'm like, I didn't know that, but people.
Yeah, I don't listen to enough. I don't listen to them enough to distinguish between voices. You know what I'm saying?
I listen to them. I'm in Atlanta like all weekend. It's been like a tribute, but I can't tell which is which.
Yeah.
But that brings us back to associations. And I'm like, my brother know my name, what I stand for. We got 67 Saturdays in. What is going on with this? All right, this is an opinion about a book. I get it, but my brand, my name is my brand. Like, what
my
is
name is my name. Say that like that.
Yeah. Like, hey, I'm the hotel.
Yeah,
so
say
that's
my
why I
name
got
is
the
my name,
hotel.
bro. Say my name is my name. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's why I got the hotel. But anyway, this Kyrie issue, and I've said it on this podcast, people can go back and watch. And I know I told y'all I have been doing a study on a separate podcast, but I ain't put it out there. Basically, my class on the book of 1st and 2nd Kings, like what happened to Israel after they left Egypt. And we ain't gonna get overly religious. What I'll tell you is, as I did this study with them, we realized, and I said it, I'm like, man, this is better than Game of Thrones. It was some treachery going on. Like you had a red wedding and all of this stuff.
Yeah, so to get the people behind the scenes, so we talked about it. So I was like, I didn't want to get heavy. And I said, promote the joint. It's called the what is the hustle stand? I mean,
the HBCU ministry, Homeboy Bible Commentary and Update Ministry. We got a page.
Oh, man, I'm my bad. I cut you off. Go ahead. So you get
you cutting Eddie Kane off, brother. We got a page on Facebook, and we was doing it. We had studied the gospel. So ironically, the book that you posted about we just gonna say the alleged contradictions for now. We ain't gonna get into all of that because, as I told you and promised you, we ain't gonna make it all about religion and Bible and all of that stuff. So you safe. I ain't trying to debate because what do we say? Ain't no minds being changed. Ain't no minds.
Drop the link in the comments when you get a chance for the thing, because I did watch. I watched like 30 minutes of one of them. It was one of the early ones. It's actually pretty good, pretty entertaining. So the reason I was saying, so this is the context. So we had the conversation like why scripture, because the way I think this is why Kyrie's in trouble, right? Because you can take scripture and basically justify whatever you wanted to justify. That's why there's so many different sects within Christianity. We're not even talking about everything outside of it. There's so many sects and it's all based on their interpretation of the Bible, right? And you have mad interpretations of the Bible too. We just got, English, not even the original language is written in, but even in English, you got the King James version. You got the New English Standard version. There's so many. So the reason why I was like, I don't want to get into that, I was like, one, you can justify whatever you want, right? And I think that's primary why Kyrie is in this position, because once you start justifying stuff, looking for a scripture to justify what you're doing, you can find it in the Bible. But that's where
we started here though. I'm making it clear. I was staying off these internet streets.
Yeah, go ahead, put it up. Go ahead, throw me under the bus, because that's my
I ain't throwing you under the bus.
Put it up there, man. Put it up there, bro. Put it up there.
I mean no harm, but this is all relevant. Takeoff. Yeah. The Kyrie and Kanye situation is relevant, and the reason it's relevant is because, all right, you got an opinion out there, but and that's fine. Everybody could put whatever they want. But the issue that I took, and why I was like, all right, let me address some of it, and this gets into the Kyrie stuff too, is like, because my name was used. I was drug in this. I was minding my non-internet business, and my name was drug into it. Let's go to Kyrie now. Kyrie, for all accounts, everybody knows that he's had some wild opinions. We agree with that, right? He was a flat earther, but you and I said we was changing our opinion on him because of his stance on the vaccine. Like he stood on it. We was like,
let me correct. Yeah, go ahead. I said if he stand on that and not fold for the money, I was gonna be a fan.
Yeah,
I still disagree with his vaccine take. Go ahead.
Yeah, both of us do. Put your disclaimer out there, Negro P, and we're gonna get there. Both of us do, but we was like, if he stand on it and willing to lose that money, it means like, all right, he might be a principal guy. So here's some of his accomplishments that he's done and donated money to all of these different things and all of that stuff. While we talking about Kyrie, because Kyrie posted a video or something on his social media. I don't even know if he had any I don't know if he had any comment. He just tweeted something. He retweeted this book.
Well, you know what's crazy?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about it to just now, till you just said it. I don't even think I saw his original post.
It was they copied and pasted it in the early stories, and it was just this was an Amazon page, like a link to an Amazon page for a book. We're gonna get to the book, From Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America, or whatever. But again, you and I was like, if he stand on it and he willing to lose money on this vaccine thing, even though we don't agree with him, neither one of us do. We're like, okay, because I'm fully vaxxed. I've been saying I've been living my vax life. You see me.
Put that song for me. You said that song for me. I'm living my vax life.
Yeah. Look, like we've been out here. So you know where we stand on that, no controversy disclaimer. But he went back and forth with a reporter a couple of times, like, what I'm gonna apologize for. They kept trying to get him to apologize, and he wouldn't apologize. He's like, yo, how are y'all calling me anti-Semitic when all I did was post something? And we get to that, but eventually they released a joint statement, and I think from Kyrie, the Nets, and the Anti-Defamation League, and Kyrie agreed to donate $500K to some causes and organizations. I saw on your page, I think it was your page, somebody asked, or maybe it was Roland's page. He was like, I wonder if he gonna give it back now, because after a few days, they suspended him, and the terminology is key, people. At least 5 games. That means there's no ceiling. And then I was in the dentist's office, and they had CNN coming on, and the banner they was running across the media was, has Kyrie Irving played his last game in the NBA? I was like, dang, that escalated fast. Like, that's a meme. Like, bruh.
Yeah. Now, I posted that. So apparently, he did a joint statement. I said, how they going to get a joint statement? He agreed to donate money. Then you suspend them afterwards. But somebody commented on my wall. I didn't see the actual interview, but they said it was an interview that he did afterwards that made him like, nah. And apparently, the ADL was like, nah, y'all keep y'all money. We ain't satisfied with that.
Because and you know what it was? I did see the interview. Yeah. Kyrie was like, I'm just not going to let y'all label me anti-Semitic. How can I be anti-Semitic? I know where I'm from. And that was, and he just kept repeating it. He's like, y'all not going to catch me in no loop saying anything. He's like, how can I be anti-Semitic if I know where I'm from?
And you know what? Let's put a real quick pause on this discussion real quick, because it's going to relate. I don't know what's in the contents of the book nor the movie, because I haven't seen it. I have a general idea because I'm studied in that type of lane. Well, I think a lot of times we got to be careful. So I don't know what Kyrie, like I said, I don't know what's in that book.
Should I put Negro Pen up?
Nah, not yet. Because we overthrow these names out here. So anti-Semitic, transphobic, even homophobic, racist. Like we throw these labels out there so fast when I think we talked about this probably on the show, and I'm definitely offline. As soon as a joker don't disagree with what you saying, don't agree. Yeah. Yo, you anti-Semitic. Yo, I posted something, perfect example, right? Remember when they was trying to put make Santa Claus a woman or something like that? Remember that? Remember that happened?
Yes, I do. Hurry up, brother, because I like Corey.
Yeah, remember they
get there, Corey.
Yeah. Remember that? So when I put that out there, one of our classmates put that out there, was like, so I was like, yo, why are we trying to make Santa Claus a woman when it's based on a real person, right? And the person was like, you why you being homophobic? I said, yo, me asking the question of why you changed that Santa Claus, which is based on a real person, to a woman. that makes me homophobic. Like, yo, we been doing those. It's triggering.
The point is, we quick to label people
It's
who
triggering,
disagree,
yo.
who disagree with us, and that ain't cool. Let me say a little tidbit and set up our context as Eddie Kane of the show today. Kyrie is on a journey. He's learning and growing up before our eyes. This Jesse was talking about being flat earther and all of this stuff. For those of us that went to school, we all have gone on this learning journey before. He did 1 year at Duke and then entered the NBA. And another topic that you've been on these internet streets about, which is relevant as well, because there's consequences. I've agreed with you, is what happened to freedom of speech. My question for our show, and we get into your comment, Corey, so I'm gonna leave it up there. I'm transitioning there.
So read the comment for people that's going to listen to it.
Jokers don't know what all anti-Semitic covers. Folks will say, how is that anti-Semitic, but won't take the time to look up why. I wholeheartedly agree. Detravius, I'm teasing like a Cheshire cat because I told you this is what the people need. And you was pushing back on me. I'm like, bro, we ain't got to talk about all of that stuff. We good. Who ain't made mistakes growing up? If we was, man, they had college club back in the day. People in our generation, at least me, I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm an 80s baby. Thank God they didn't have cell phones when we was in high school. Your brother would be probably up under the jail if people was as free to record stuff as they are now, because we did some ratchet stuff. You know, like what it is. But when you learn something, it was like taking the pill to get out the matrix. When you get knowledge and you kind-hearted, you want to share it with others, period. Quote that, remix it, put it out there. I remember, I'm going to tell you just how extreme I was. I dumped a good girl at JSU because she wouldn't read the ISIS papers after I read it. And we talked about that here on this show. That was my ignorance. Sometimes you just want to share with people like, yo, we can't be together because you don't see the way I see things. And ironically, that's how every group, every culture, every ethnicity in the world is.
That's how everybody is.
Except us. We won't stand with one another. So hold on. When you fearless and they can't control you with money, like Kyrie, we said we became fans because even though he took a dumb stance,
he didn't apologize though. He apologized recently.
We getting there.
Yeah.
We getting there. We getting there. We gonna roll it through. Y'all gonna learn today. Let me put my thing up there. We gonna give you. I told you it's gonna be some NyQuil. When you fearless and he ain't worried about his money, he's shown that by taking the stance on vaccine and losing it. You'll make mistakes. Like, look at King David. He made mistakes. That's a biblical reference, but if you know, you know. That is why I think I'm going on the record. This is extreme punishment, and I put that it's going to backfire on the community that is basically taking Kyrie Irving to task. He shared a movie on his social media platform, which gets us to the comments then. What exactly was anti-Semitic about what he shared from Hebrew to Negro, which is a thing. So Corey, I'm glad you put that there. I'm gonna put this in the comments and we're gonna go show you, because I did the same thing. We was taught in law school, you're supposed to check things out and you don't just take people's word.
So before you put this up, let me push back on you though.
What you pushing back on?
I do think Kyrie cares about money because he wouldn't have gave that apology.
The Jewish community, Joe, we know what it is.
Yeah, so I do think he cares about money. If not, he could just walk away from the NBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Walk away from the NBA. Yo, y'all punishing me. He wouldn't have gave that. He gave the apology. He would just walk away. So he does care about money.
He would have pulled a Colin Kaepernick.
So I think that's different. I don't want to conflate those.
Okay, we won't conflate. Let's stay on point.
Yeah,
you Gladys, you the pimp. You just do the.
So I think he do cares about money. And I also think so. Candace Gibson had a good comment up. She said, "I need Kyrie to move his learning settings to private." Yo, Kyrie's like 30 years old, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I get that everybody's on it.
You had it all together at 30 years old, bro.
No, you ain't let me finish. I let you go on your little sermon and rant. Let me finish. I understand people are on their own educational journey, life journey. But and this is what I was saying why I didn't want to get into the biblical stuff, right? It's because, like I said, I think I said it on here earlier. You can if you believe something, you can find something to back it up in the scripture.
We
right?
ain't talking about scripture though.
No, let me finish. I let you go, brother.
All right, go.
So with Kyrie, he believes something, right? He believed whether that belief is probably tied to black people are the chosen people, right? You go down that path and you finding everything that whatever religious group
backs up your point of view.
Exactly. So whether that's
that's what, but let's go on the record. That's what everybody does, just like every community.
No, I don't.
True?
I don't disagree with. We agree with that. Yo, we all go down that rabbit hole, and I have to make a conscious decision to when I feel like I'm going down that rabbit hole. Like, yo, let me back up and see what evidence doesn't support what I believe. And I don't think most people do that, but maybe most people do that. But I have to make that's a conscious effort for me. Like, all right, I believe such and such so dearly. Let me go confirmation bias, right? Let me go find the information that does not support what I do, what I believe in. And so sometimes when I share that stuff that don't support what y'all be promoting, y'all be like, oh, he a Negro Pen. How you think I got the name? Negro Pen. He a coon. Like, yo, when y'all was like, yo, y'all was like,
hey, focus, bro. You rambling now.
No, we ain't wrapping it up. I let you speak for like 5 minutes. The perfect example is when you were on, you don't take credit for it now, but when you was a Bernie bro, and I was like, yo, Bernie voted the same way.
Hold up, pause.
You wasn't a Bernie bro?
I don't take credit. You bring this up almost every show. I don't take credit for being a Bernie bro. Stop it, bro. I claim that. Stop it, bro. Stop it. We done did this show. We say that almost every show. And I'm like, yep, I was a Bernie bro.
Yeah. So the point being is when I do post that, y'all be like, yo, and I post information that shows he was on par with Hillary. Yo, you a Negro Pen. Whatever y'all saying. You won't be saying
I call you Negro Pen. We got the whole section of the show. That's what I'm saying. All right. That ain't nothing new. The people who join us know that. I'm trying to get to, because again, we gonna do medicine. I ain't here to be nobody puppet or clown. Like, let's get to the truth of the matter. Let's look at, because Kyrie's issue was, why should I apologize? I'm not anti-Semitic. I just posted something. So what exactly are the anti-Semitic points from Hebrew to Negro? Now, as we transition, this is the Anti-Defamation League page. Hebrews to Negro.
Make it bigger, cross so we can read it.
Will take us away. What you need to know. They could just hear us. People can read for themselves, but I'm going to put it in the chat. While much of the film deals with historical and genetic arguments about various racial and ethnic groups, it also includes extensive anti-Semitism, including claims of a global Jewish conspiracy to oppress and defraud Black people, allegations that Jews are in part responsible for the transatlantic slave trade, and the claim that Jews falsified the history of the Holocaust in order to conceal their nature and protect their status and power. That's from their symbol. The film promotes beliefs commonly found among anti-Semitic and extremist factions of the BHI, which is the Black Hebrew Israelite movement, including claims that modern Jews are imposters who stole the religious heritage of Black people and have engaged in the cover-up to prevent Black people from knowing their true identity. I'm going to put this in the chat. So these ain't my words. This is from the Anti-Defamation League. Can we agree there, or do I have a fake page? I'm gonna scroll up, bro, so you can see it. You're gonna be our fact checker.
It looks like it's official. Click on official joint right there.
There it is. This is the ADL and Fighting Hate for Good. This is their words. These ain't my words. So this is their page, the Anti-Defamation League page.
Right, so put us back up because I want to know where you're going with it.
I'm telling you where I'm going with it. We just we gonna ride and follow the trail. Like, why y'all mad at him so bad? Because he said, hey, I ain't apologizing because I just posted something on the internet. I don't agree with everything that's shared in there. I never said I did. There was no caption. I just posted this. And now the brother is looking at he might have played his last NBA.
So let me ask you this, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Donald Trump posted a book with a noose on it that said whatever, would you be offended by that?
I'm not easily offended, bro. Look at us on this show. You throw jabs all the time. I'm not an easily offended person.
But people would be offended by that, right?
Look, people were offended by White Lives Matter.
Yes or no? Yes or no? People will be offended by that, right?
Ask the question again.
So if Donald Trump puts a book or promotes whatever with that has something as a noose, or that's something as
you said promote. There's a difference. Just post.
Posting
yes.
is promoting.
People,
posting,
yes, but we should be able to understand.
But posting is promoting, bro.
To something. That's why we started with the question, what do you use social media for? And I'm like, yo, don't use my name and promote nothing that's anti-Bible. That it's either a tool or a weapon. That's why I was like, okay, you done drug me into this. We finna have a conversation publicly because my name was associated with something that I don't associate with publicly. So is that fair? I'm asking. I'm gonna pause there.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is fair. He promoted it.
Okay, I'm not defending him. That's fine. We're not gonna play. And I understand. I agree with you. Where and you saw the question was, well, why the hurt? My thing is, hold on, wise man, don't throw away the baby with the bathwater. All groups of people got extremists and ignorant people. And my example for that is Hidden Nations. It got some wrong stuff in it too. That's just completely false. But you know what? I still got 5 CDs. I still watched it with my kids and explained the fallacies in that, because sometimes they have good stuff. You don't throw the baby away with the bath water. So the hurt. Why? But if he didn't make no caption, he didn't make no speech. Why was this so harmful to Jews? And why was the consequences so serious and hurt? And you done seen this, bro. We agree. I think we agree here. People could they could do something detrimental to the African American community. And because we don't respect ourselves, we don't pull no moves like this. But we agree that the Jewish community, they took this serious. Is that fair?
Yeah, absolutely. So let me push back for you. I do understand why they would be mad, especially considering what you put up on from their page, right? So it's like we can't act like Kyrie doesn't have millions of followers. We can't act like he doesn't have influence, because you were talking about sneaker deals yet. We can't act like he's not on NBA. He's not one of the best players in the league. So whatever he posts, by default, he is promoting it. So he needs to do a better, and he's not going to do it because he's his own man, right? He needs to do a better job at either one, not posting, or post whatever you want. But post whatever you want. But this goes back to the freedom of speech. I don't know where you was going with it, but you dropped that seed early on. You can post whatever you want, but there's consequences to whatever you want.
All right. I like that. Pause there. How old are you, bro?
We ain't saying that. I'm in the 40s.
Okay, we both old.
Yeah,
we make mistakes. We got a disclaimer on this show. This started with you making a mistake of posting and associating my name with something. So it's clear we all make mistakes. I'm saying we have always been about on this show grace and mercy. We even got a banner like, hey man, we seeking to try to understand each other and build each other up. Kyrie didn't, like, you right. We got the facts. Like, man, you go to any kid's basketball camp, any gym, I think Kyrie got the most colorway shoes. He's very influential. Like, kids all over the world love his shoes. He even got SpongeBob shoes. He shared a movie which is more persuasive to our culture, mass media, than a book. And he shared it without context, which can cause extremists to want to do harm to Jews. You got to be careful with your words. And you and I always talk about that. So we're on the same page on that.
Nah, I don't think we're on the same page. So let me be clear. I'm gonna use what you just said to me. That's you saying we need to give grace and mercy. Right?
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I shouldn't give you grace and mercy. I should come down on you hard.
No.
Associating my name with something.
Hold on. I let you speak, bro. Let me finish my point, because you taking it somewhere where I wasn't going to take it. I said you said give grace and mercy. Because when I made the point about would you be offended, you said I would not be offended. So you can't expect people to do things that you would do. Well,
but we agree that it was offensive, and he has influence.
No, but I'm saying your point was like we need to give him grace and mercy, right? I didn't come down on Kyrie. You said we need to get him.
You ain't came down on Kyrie, bro.
I came down on the belief system, right? But we'll talk about that later. I did come down with the flat Earth stuff, but that's a whole other point. But just because you would give grace and mercy, don't mean other communities will.
I agree. We some of the most forgiving people in the world. We've talked about that on here. We forgave. And
I have, like I said, I haven't seen. I'm just going to take the ADL's, word for it because
I mean it ain't mine. It's the ADL. We went right to we did exactly what we should do. Corey pointed it out. Like, yo, people don't even look. We don't even fact check. So we sharing it. It's in the link. Y'all can check it out for yourself. But that's from the ADL.
Yo, Candace said, "Try to stop making excuses for a grown ass."
I know. I had just put that up there. I ain't making excuses, Candace. I'm trying to lay out a case for. All right, this was a bit extreme, but let's get to the deeper meaning of why was it so harmful. We got to understand what anti-Semitism is. You see, I'm struggling with the Pizza Hut Book It program on that one, but it's a long word. And now we got a definition. It's denying the Holocaust. And this is coming from them. Denying the Holocaust, saying there's a global conspiracy that Jews are trying to defraud African Americans of their heritage and all of that stuff. Joe D, I see you. I'm just trying to be fair as we have this conversation because I think it's relevant. If he made a mistake and it's not, and he said, I ain't made no mistake. And to some extent, we finna get into some of this, but they identify on that page the Black Hebrew Israelites. And then your next question should be, well, who is these jokers? Because they stand for anti-Semitism, apparently. But look at what the ADL says at the very top. Black Hebrew Israelites are not the same as Black Jews or Jews of color. Not all Black Hebrew Israelite organizations are anti-Semitic or extremist. I think that's a fair statement that could be used across the board for any group. And I get it. I'm not saying he ain't caused no harm, good deacon. The Jews don't want another Holocaust like Blacks don't want to be enslaved again. But also, what I'm saying, here's your quotable. If we remember who we are and whose we are as a people, we find our purpose. We've talked about the different books that show that in slavery, our heritage was stripped from us or whatever. And I ain't saying we Black Hebrew Israelites, none of that stuff. I know our ancestors are from Africa, though. Yeah. When we walk in our purpose, we remember we built this nation. And if you go all the way back for those who are maybe religious or spiritual, you got to look at, well, God kept us. Who are the Israelites? And why is people fighting over the Jews? Why is they important? That's the group that migrated from Egypt and was led by, at the time, what was considered a foreign god. This is the Bible stuff. So the hurt in exercising empathy, I get it for the Jews. You don't want nobody denying your existence and all of that stuff. Like Kyrie, you got to be more careful with that stuff. But another issue, and the problem and why it's so serious, I think it's going to backfire, if Kyrie can cause people to start going and researching and looking up and try to figure out who they are. Because remember, if you didn't see the interview, they was mad at him. They like, that's not an apology. And they was like, forget your money, because Kyrie said, man, how can I be anti-Semitic? I know who I am and where I come from. If we do, fighting over the Israelites, they was led by a God. That means, well, where's the instructions that this God will have us to do? That's going to be in the Bible. And for me, and I think this will be the cap, the feather in the cap. This is why you name the issue, the title Jesus. It all comes down to Jesus. Your next journey is, well, what do Jews believe? What's the distinction between Jews and Christians? And you can use whatever resources you want, but that's the trail you go down if you're really looking to find deeper meaning and to grow. And they say, if you want to hide something from a Black person, put it in a book. I like folks to do their own research, but what if your sources are like Kyrie? Hey man, ain't no source for the most part. Like, how many sources out there is 100% factual? Corey, either you go on a journey or not. That's why you read several sources.
So all right,
When you write a persuasive article, you don't stick with one source. I'll shut up there.
So this is in addition to. I don't think it's necessarily added on. Why I said I didn't want to go on this, because I see somebody focused on. Well, Joe Deep said something about Farrakhan. This is what I was saying. When I sent the text message to you, I was saying, when you're dealing with religion and you're dealing with quote unquote chosen people, or you're dealing with what ends up happening is people start talking. There's facts, there's fictions, there's faith, and when people don't know how to distinguish between the two, right? So once you start talking about that, so for example, Nation of Islam, Farrakhan, he's Islamic, right? It's an Islamic organization. People that believe in this other forms of Islam, they don't even recognize that. So that's what I'm saying. There's facts, there's fiction, and then there is this notion of faith. What was the other one? Oh, fear. And a lot of this stuff is pushed through fear, because everybody's scared to die. So you scared to die, then you looking for something. We ain't talking about you. We already established you different.
I'm different.
Right? You already established you different. You giving people faith and mercy. You want to be offended. We already established that. I'm talking about the majority of people. The majority of the people, I think it's safe to say, looks to a God because they are scared of death, right? And
I agree.
When you mix all those things up, you could come up. So historically there's been thousands of religions, right? So now the big three that I call them, the Abrahamic religions, the traditions, is the Judaism, the Christian, and you got Islam, right? But there was religions way before that. I mean, Jesus, I think Judaism came around like 3,000 years ago. There was religions established before that.
I agree.
The pyramids are older than that. Pyramids are on damn near every continent. There was stuff, there were people, there were gods and gods before that. So now we get to a point where, like I said, there's facts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got historical facts. Then there's fiction. I think you agree. I think you have said it on this podcast. Like, everything is not to be taken literal, right?
Yep.
In the Bible. So there's fiction. So that means it's fiction, or it's a metaphor or something, right?
Yeah, I ain't agreeing with fiction. Let's clear it up, bro. Stop.
Well, it's a metaphor. So it's something.
Sometimes it's just like any other writings, analogies. You got parables.
Analogies is fiction, though, right?
Go ahead.
So there's facts, there's fiction, and then there's faith. So if you believe what you believe, which nobody on this planet believes exactly what you believe, it's over 7 billion people on this planet, and everybody thinks their belief is the belief, and that's the problem. And you have to have faith, and you have the faith in your belief, because if you didn't have it, you wouldn't believe that. You would believe something else, right? So that's the issue, and that's why I was like, I don't even want to get into, but then we're gonna we don't distinguish between these things, right? Are we talking about facts? Are we talking about
I'm gonna put mine on the record, and y'all can sit with it, because you drug me into this crap. If you want to hide something from a black person, we probably done heard this before.
Put it in the book, yeah.
You put it in the book. Kyrie shared a movie, which is more
I see you posting them under my name, yo.
That was the group. Yeah, look, we all make mistakes.
You posting under my name, bro. You posting under my name.
Look, and it don't agree with your message, because you like, I ain't trying to seek to understand. I ain't trying to have no grace and mercy. But I'm looking at it from both sides, like, yo, I understand why they were offended. And that's why I put that out there. Okay, here's the anti-Semitic stuff. Where I'm going is, all right, when you let's get to the heart of the matter. Y'all saying it's anti-Semitic. We now know what they said was anti-Semitic about it. And we only got a few minutes. I told you this was going to go quick. We wasn't going to get into no sermon, Jesse.
But go ahead.
The book or the movie starts with the quote from the Bible, whether you believe the Bible or not. We're not going to get there. Is my people perish from a lack of knowledge. It's from Hosea 4:6. I'm going to put a quote in here too, because I think I'm just posting under my group. But then it's like, well, what is you talking about? That's why it starts, because I went and listened to it, and I'm like, oh, I read this a long time ago. I think I read all of them.
So you read the book. You actually read the book.
Yeah, I read the book. who was the prophet Hosea and what was his message from God would be your next question. Like, why is this so important? And he was writing to the group of Israel. Now this is kind of crossing over, bruh, into what you call it, the HBCU ministry, but I can't, this is what I talk about with my class. So if I'm trying to positively influence my people, it's like, all right, and you welcome to disagree with everything. It's just, here's the journey that you should go on when you investigating. So people mad about this. Well, who are the Hebrews? I ain't gonna stay here. Who is this Hosea and what is this quote? That's what you should go look at. Hosea, hey man, he was told by God to marry a prostitute. Whether you believe that's true or not, we're just saying. And he was like, this is how my people treat me. No matter how unfaithful she is, you gonna stay with her. She out there running the streets, she for the streets. And you know, in our culture, we got a saying, don't turn a what into a housewife, bro. Yeah, deacon, right? This is exactly what he was told to do by God, and this is how this book and this documentary starts. And then what the path is basically, and they got some crazy stuff in there again, but you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's like, well, when you look at Israel and Judah back during those times, where was they at? And the maps always cut it off, but this is Egypt right here, bro. Remember, this is the group that came out of Egypt, whether you believe it or not, with Pharaoh and let my people go and all of that stuff. You don't hide a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Jesus in Egypt easily back then. Now, Egypt, because it's been conquered, has been there. So I'm just running you through real quick. Right here is showing Hosea was one of the prophets that was sent to talk to this group of people, northern Israel, before they was taken into Assyrian captivity. When you talking about facts and all of that stuff and looking up, and like, I don't think many people dispute, because the historical records is out there. There was a group of people, whoever these Hebrews were, led by this foreign god, there was a group of people, and you can find this outside of the Bible when you studying that stuff. That's one thing. And the kings that's there.
Wrap up the sermon, bro. Wrap up the sermon.
I'm wrapping it up. I'm wrapping it. And then we could go, because I done said you was on the streets with your record. I'm putting my record out, recorded, and you can come fact check me, come holler at me about whatever you want to holler about. But it's all in love. This ain't attacking nobody. We just seeking to positively influence our people. Let's get to the matter. And as Corey said, what's anti-Semitic? We teaching our people. Man, you gotta wrap it up. Yeah, all right. Church, who's the kings of Israel? I would look at that. I would recommend for you go learn about the book of 1st and 2nd Kings. I told you it's like Game of Thrones. You could do the Bible Project. Y'all see that there. We'll put the links. Learn about Hosea, and then you want to get to, well, what is Judaism and what do Jews believe? You probably gonna get different stuff across different sites and all of that stuff. And are Jews saved because they the chosen people? Why is people fighting about this stuff? Why is it a big deal? Do Jews and Christians worship the same God? We already did 2nd Kings. What's the book of annals of the kings of Israel? You're going to see that in 2nd Kings. And now I had this one for you because I know you like, who, where are you getting your information from? Whose content? Who put the site up? Is that Parler or whatever? And I'm done. Go do your own research, people. But don't throw, all right, y'all accusing this man of being anti-Semitic. Ask, why is this so serious to the point where this dude might have played his last NBA game? That ain't making no excuses for nobody. That's just like, hey, here's what it is. What you like to say, these are the facts. He got suspended for posting something, and the reason it was harmful was because it was anti-Semitic. Well, what's anti-Semitic about it, and why should I be careful and make sure that I'm not espousing anti-Semitic views and hurting other people? Because it's about love. And don't associate my name with none of your foolishness, bro, using my account. I'm done.
You definitely went on the sermon when I said
don't. I'm done. Look, you've been preaching your sermon on
ahead, man. Take us out, man. Take us out, man. Take us out.
I'm done. You ain't got nothing. You good?
Nah, because I told you not to do the sermon. You went on it.
That wasn't no sermon. This is what we do. Don't be big mad. You sounding like others.
I'm
You
not
gonna
mad at
cut
that.
me?
We had this discussion before, bro. But it's cool.
This
It's on
Jesse
the
gonna
record.
get at me.
It's live. It's live. It's on the record. But we had the discussion before. Like, yo, don't do the sermon. You did it. It's
look,
cool.
You get
Take
your
us out in prayer, man.
opinions.
Take us out in prayer. We only got 30 seconds, man. Take us out.
He mad. Has Charlie done his last pimping? This nigga gonna
Come on,
cut me.
man.
All right, Heavenly
Okay,
Father, we love you. Thank you. We appreciate the platform. Help us to use whatever our platform is in our words to push love. Be with us, keep us in your son Jesus' name. Amen. We got it under an hour. We good.
Yeah.
Peace, y'all.